It's right. You got this. Just say the word. I know it's difficult. Just say it and it's done. Rip off the Band-Aid. Say the word. Okay, here we go. Influencers. They've created this death of the shared space. People with main character syndrome. Acting in public spaces like it belongs to them. Confrontational content where influencers get angry at bystanders for walking through their shot. Rage bait as a business model. Influencers are phoning in these dances, trying to be recognisable assets by repeating 15-second loops because it's a proven product. I'm going to make an influencer video for promoting the reviews. I'm going to see Mercy in IMAX, I'm going to see No Other Choice in IMAX, and I'm going to create the influencer video around this. And it's linked, you can see it on the card. And I inadvertently stumbled across some right-wing demonstration, the raise the flags, anti-immigration, and it just highlighted to me the power of influence and the danger of influence. So I decided I'm not going to do any more influencing. Instead, I'm going to try my best to produce good quality movie content for you, and you will not have to see me dance again. So let's talk about the influence that streaming giants are starting to have over Hollywood. Mercy might be the most dangerous movie ever made. $69, dudes! We've spoken many times on this channel about the joy of sitting down in a cinema and being taken away to somewhere. And this weekend, I went to my local IMAX and I sat in seat F18. Not a Top Gun reference, but you can take it as that if you wish. And for two movies, F18 was my rock. It held me, it comforted me, and I went through two very contrasting experiences. Mercy, a film we actually produced a mock trailer for, Pratt in a chair.
Get me out of this chair.
Welcome, Chris Pratt. You are on trial for crimes against movies.
Hold on, just wait a sec.
The punishment is simple. You'll be forced to watch the electric state.
I jest, but there's something very serious that needs to be spoken about when it comes to Mercy. Mercy is a ticking time bomb against art, a film designed by spreadsheet to minimise movement, maximise star name retention. Much like the maligned Ice Cube War of the World, Mercy sees the main star, Chris Pratt, in a chair for 99% of the film. And he's in a chair because it's efficient for the budget. The camera's static, the lighting is flat, and the screen life gimmick, the kind of watching body cam footage, almost like he's got a meta headset on and you've got all these different windows in front of him. It just feels like a way to save on shooting real scenes. I honestly felt like some of the content they were watching was AI generated, and I know they'll come out and say it wasn't, but it was so bland and insipid. It feels like Pratt was being paid to be an anchor for a 90-minute tech demo. And it feels like almost an evolution of that geezer teaser that we saw a few years ago, where you'd have like Bruce Willis or Nicolas Cage or John Travolta show up in some random European production to film for 2 days, to have their name above the title and earn a paycheck. And this is exactly the same. You've got Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. It's a high concept sci-fi movie with both of them. Streamers can market this like a blockbuster. It uses their likeness as a trust signal to get you to go and watch it, even though the performance is phoned in. Think about it. The company movement for this film is minimised. They're not transporting a 200-person crew to multiple locations. They're not dependent on the weather in those locations or other factors that can interrupt the filming. They're just on a set and it's nice and easy. Maximises the star time. You can have a 90-minute real-time movie filmed in like 10 to 12 days if the actor doesn't have to leave the chair. And then it's just heavy post-production. And that world building's done via the UI graphics and the 3D overlays rather than physical sets. It's cheaper, more controllable, like a studio for Amazon MGM to produce. You outsource to various VFX houses who outbid each other and whoever's cheapest gets it. I saw this in the theatres. I don't know why they thought it was an IMAX release. It was IMAX 3D Chris Pratt in a chair. The plot is simplified and your hand is held every step of the way. There's no nuance to it, there's no subtlety, there's no subtext. The twists and turns are telegraphed, and then the exposition talks you through each twist and turn to allow you to just accept it for what it is. There is a dark current of, could he have done this for the first third of the movie before things start picking up in terms of the investigation? Honestly, I wish Chris Pratt had killed his wife in this film. It would have been a fantastic twist. We did a video a few weeks back why Josh O'Connor's the perfect pick for James Bond, and kind of scratched a little bit the surface there of this being Amazon MGM's new crown jewel. They have the Bond franchise, and the worry is what they're going to do with that. Amazon's going to always think about bottom line, and that's either cost saving when it comes to productions or maximising profit, revenue. This is not the last time you will see a name sitting in a chair looking at screens, and that being framed as a movie.
It's a movie.
So I sat in F-18, numb, contemplating what I just watched, concerned at the future of cinema, and I needed a palate cleanser. I knew what was coming next. I've already seen No Other Choice, and we've reviewed it and we gave it a great score, but the opportunity to watch a Park Chan-wook film in IMAX reinforced my belief that there's nothing greater than sitting down and watching a quality film in a theatre. And I mean, it'd be fun to compare the two, but they're absolute polar opposites, different spectrum, both these films. You could argue they're high-stake thrillers that explore the breaking point of the modern man when faced with cold, systematic erasure. They operate in different genres, and one is an absolute turkey and the other one is an absolute joy. And the cleansing part is No Other Choice, replacing those flat screens with sweeping, anamorphic cinematography, lush green colours of Mansu's greenhouse, the brutalist geometry of the paper mill in IMAX, restoring the scale of cinema. You move from watching a computer screen to watching a world. And No Other Choice does so many things well. It balances so many different tones, it shifts the dynamic from scene to scene, but the biggest win for me is the visuals on display. The art of the composite image. One of the most striking techniques that Park uses is cross dissolves and scene merging to create single layered images. In several key moments, this is from a psychology perspective. The God's eye wide views of the Korean landscape in IMAX, the yellow tree, reminded me that despite Mansu's internal chaos, the world remains indifferently, brutally beautiful. The visual mastery is why this film feels so warm, despite its cold subject matter. Witnessing a director who is in total control of the frame, treating every pixel as a deliberate choice, which is ironic because in Mercy they have more control over every specific image because it's just a person and they can put whatever they want on the screen, but that digital noise is just jarring. So I left F-18 with a numb bum from nearly 5 hours watching films, but with a renewed sense of vigour and joy at the world of cinema. You know, I think it's important at the time that the Oscars have had their nominations put out there, No Other Choice being overlooked in some of the things. Park Chan-wook should be nominated for this. It should be nominated for Best Film. Lee Byung-hun should be nominated for Best Actor at the minimum. Just reminds you now and again that there is greatness still being produced. So let's forget about influencers and focus on content produced by master auteurs like Park Chan-wook. Influencers and right-wing extremists, they want to limit your world to a single clickable idea. Park Chan-wook wants to expand your world until it breaks. Sitting in F-18, I wasn't just watching a movie, I was undergoing a rehumanization process. I moved from the digital panic of Mercy, the world as it is, to the operatic, beautiful truth of No Other Choice.
And take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Good night.
Would you like to know more?